Good evening, and welcome to Spine Chilling Cinema. I am your host, Oliver, the Caretaker Collins, along with my lovely co-host. No crown or tiara tonight, huh? Oh, but you're still the queen. Yes, the queen of shenanigans, Alice. And I don't know if you can really see him, but trusty cat Bubbles as well. Yes, indeed, Alice. And as you can see, all the skulls on the table here brings us to our feature film tonight. From 1958, The Screaming Skull. Oh yes, a screaming skull is not a good skull, Alice. When the skull screams, it's time to get rid of it. Oh, you think that's cool? Okay. But this movie stars John Hudson, Peggy Webber, and Alex Nichol. And Alex Nichol is also the director of this film as well. And if I remember correctly, what I've read on the interwebs is this is his first time being a director, and he mainly wanted to try it because he couldn't or didn't get the roles that he wanted to play in. So he's like, I am going to be the director and play a role in my movie. Kind of fixes that problem altogether, doesn't it, Alice? That's not nice to say. Alice says maybe he wasn't that good of enough actor to get the parts he wanted. Oh boy. Already starting beef with people, Alice. Oh man. And later in the show, we are going to have an independent animated horror short for you. And that'll be a little bit later on, and we'll talk more about what it is and stuff a little later in the show. Oh, you can't wait for that. Skip the movie, you say. You like your animation and your cartoons. Oh, they're not cartoons, it's anime, you say. Oh, boy. I don't know, Alice. I don't know about you sometimes, but without further ado, let us get to this movie tonight from 1958, The Screaming Skull.
The Screaming Skull is a motion picture that reaches its climax in shocking horror. Its impact is so terrifying that it may have an unforeseen effect. It may kill you. Therefore, its producers feel they must assure free burial services to anyone who dies of fright while seeing The Screaming Skull.
lovely, Eric.
You look disappointed for a moment.
It is not. It's really lovely. Oh, look. I bet that's the den there.
That's right.
Is that a bedroom?
Yes, it is.
Gonna be ours?
It'll need some fixing first.
Or it's her room, huh?
Yes. Come on along. I'll show you the rest of the house. It's rather forbidding now, I suppose, empty like this. But it was usually this way. Shortly after Marion and I were married, she removed all the furniture her parents had left her. This is our home, she used to say, and we must choose everything carefully. Well, we didn't get very far before she died. But now that you're here, it's going to be lovely again. I'll get the things out of storage tomorrow. They're all in town at the warehouse. And I'll take care of that, too.
You have candles?
Sure.
It'll be twice as romantic.
Speaking of being romantic. I got to carry you over the threshold.
I love you. I love you.
Jenny. I thought life had died out for me.
What's that up there?
Oh, that's where Mickey keeps his gardening things.
Who's Mickey?
The gardener. He's kept it up the 2 years I've been away.
By himself?
That's right.
He must work awfully hard.
Oh, he and Marion would spend hours on end working here in the garden. And up in the greenhouse back there. See, he loved her very much. Sometimes I used to wonder who she was, my wife or Mickey's nursemaid. You know, I don't think he quite believes she's gone. I think he expects her to show up one of these mornings and will scold her for neglecting the gardens.
You still love her, don't you? No, I'm not jealous. I'm grateful to her. I think to have loved once, really loved, to learn how to love always. Learning it from her, you give again to me. I wish there was some way to thank her. Who's that?
I don't know. They're driving around the back. Come on, come on.
Eric,
I see Eric.
we stopped by to meet your new wife.
Oh, Eric, this is a wonderful surprise.
It's been a long time.
It has.
Reverend,
Good to see you, Eric.
Jenny, this is Mrs. Snow.
I'm very happy to meet you.
Jenny, this is a lovely surprise.
And the Reverend Mr. Snow.
Hello, my dear.
Oh, she's sweet, Eric.
I know.
I happened to be going into town. I ran into Mr. Mauer. He told me you were getting back today.
And we thought we'd just drop by and bring you something for your dinner.
Oh, nice.
And it'll save you all the bother of shopping while you're trying to get settled.
Then why don't you stay for dinner?
Oh, no, not
Oh,
tonight.
no, we wouldn't think of that.
Oh, now, please say yes.
I'd like for you to.
It would be like old times.
All right, on the condition that I do the cooking.
You don't have to.
You know, I know that, but I'd love to.
Well, there's Mickey. Excuse me, honey. Mickey!
Poor Mickey. He keeps this place up like a shrine.
Eric told me how he loved Marion.
Mickey's father was a gardener here when Marion's mother was alive. Mickey and Marion grew up together here.
Jenny, this is Mickey.
How do you do, Mickey? I hope we'll be good friends.
Well, Mickey?
Thank you, Mickey.
Well, shall we all go inside?
It's a good idea. Mickey, remember you promised me some of those rose cuttings.
I sing you again, Mickey. I'm going to have to get you down to the barber shop one day very soon.
Excuse us, Mickey.
All right, that's done.
Oh, now please be careful. Oh, Edward, now don't break your neck.
You do it great, Reverend.
Don't worry.
Good heavens. Honestly, the two of them are just like children.
Well, that doesn't look too bad, Eric.
Jenny, I hope you have more luck in getting your husband to mine than I've had with mine.
You know, you've got to admit it does make the room look better.
Very well, Tarzan. For penance, you can come and help me with dinner. Now, come on. Edward, you keep Jenny company?
Yes, dear.
No, Mary, no. Send them away.
Huh?
No. Oh, she's so very nice, Eric.
Jenny?
Yes.
Isn't she wonderful?
Yes, she's not at all like Marion, and I think that's for the best. You know, so many men, when they lose a wife, they try so hard to deny the loss they marry someone exactly like the first wife. It hardly seems fair using the living to bring back the dead, does it?
No, I suppose it doesn't.
We make a prison for ourselves out of the past, at least our sentimental, wished-for past.
Mrs. Snow,
Yes, dear.
there's something I must tell you and the Reverend.
Well, of course, Eric. What is it?
You see, Jenny has not had a very happy past.
Oh?
And talking about it or about something that might strongly remind her of it, she's very impressionable.
Is there something wrong, Eric?
No, not really. You see, she lost her parents many years ago in a very tragic way. And talking about unhappy past only, she's very impressionable. See, I want her to be happy, Mrs. Snow.
Of course you do, and so do we all. Now, how did she lose them? Well, look, I'm not prying, dear. It's just that Mr. Snow and I can help better if we know something about it.
They drowned in an accident. Jenny saw it all.
Who's Mr. Mauer?
Mr. Mauer? Why, he's a lawyer in town.
I thought no one knew we were coming. You said you heard from Mr. Mauer?
Why, Eric wrote him. He takes care of the estate, or what's left of it.
Oh, that's right. Eric has to see him tomorrow.
Well, Eric's co-executor of the estate along with Mr. Mauer. You see, Marion's death was so sudden that, well, all that was left to Eric was the house and these grounds. Mr. Mauer told me that Eric had found someone very sweet and very kind, and with whom he was very much in love. He didn't say enough.
How did Marion die?
Didn't Eric tell you?
I think the subject's rather painful to him. I don't like to make him talk about it. Would you mind telling me? I'd like to know.
It was a rainy day. She and Mickey had been working up there in the greenhouse. She left him to go back to the house for a few minutes. The way we pieced it together after the accident is that while she was coming down this path, apparently it began to rain very hard. She must have run along here. We don't know, of course, what happened then. Perhaps she slipped on a leaf. base of her skull was smashed. It was thought that she hit her head on the edge of the cement wall where we're sitting. And she fell in there. She died in the water. That's where Eric found her 10 minutes later.
Marion, you said, Mickey, wait here. I'm going down to the house for just a minute. Wait here, Mickey, you said, and then you went away in the rain, and you didn't come back to play. Marion,
And don't forget that you and Eric are coming for lunch day after tomorrow.
We'll do better than that. We'll come to church on Sunday as well.
Oh, getting Eric to church is like moving a mountain.
He'll come.
Come along, my dear. It's getting late.
Eric, thank you very much for bringing Jenny into our lives.
Thank you for the dinner.
It was a pleasure. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Edward, did you know that Jenny's very wealthy?
Oh, yes. Mr. Morrow told me in town today.
Well, she's not at all like Marion. You know, she's so gentle and timid, as if she were afraid of something.
I knew you'd like my friends, dear. What's this? Huh?
Just happy, that's all. So happy.
Come on. How are the cots?
Fine.
What are you reading?
Something Mrs. Snow sent over.
Interesting.
It's called Beast in the Jungle. It's all about a man who waited all of his life for something great, wonderful to happen to him. He had only one good friend. It's a woman whom he confided. And she died. At her grave, he suddenly realized that she was the great and wonderful thing that he'd waited for all of his life. But it's too late then. His memories, like a beast in the jungle, rise up out of the past, overwhelm him.
Poor fellow. He doesn't know what he missed.
Alice, I told you, screaming skulls are bad luck. They're bad. Oh, just like this movie. Well, Alice, you gotta give this movie a chance. I mean, oh, we're back. Why don't you tell me these things? Oh, it's not your job. Oh, Alice, Alice. But yes, we had to get rid of the screaming skull because bad luck, bad luck. But of course we have a replacement. Smiley. Is Smiley declawed, Alice? No. Well, that's a satin tablecloth. Yeah, if he tears into it, it's coming out of your paycheck. Oh, that's not fair. Well, whatever, Alice. Oh. But I hope you're enjoying the Screaming Skull, even though Alice is not. At the beginning of the film, the credits, you hear some tuba music playing. And that same tuba music can be heard at the beginning of the movie The Shining, starring Jack Nicholson. It's a little bit of a different arrangement, but it was off of the same piece. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, that is interesting, Alice. Oh, but this movie's giving me a little bit of a Dementia 13 feel, which kind of doesn't make sense because that movie came after The Screaming Skull, but the whole drowning, oh man, why do we have to have drowning in another film, Alice? Yes, I don't like drowning. Who does? Really, let's be honest. Who likes drowning? And if you do, I'm not making fun, I just find it odd. But yes, we have Mickey. He's quite the character, isn't he, Alice? Yes, I know he kind of has a kind of a weird, like, limp kind of walk to him. Like his leg can't move, but it's not nice to make fun of people. Oh, you're just pointing it out. Okay. But yes, later in the show, the horror short animated film that we will be showing you later on, probably almost at the end of the show, The Legend of the Scarecrow. And this one is directed and written by Marco Besas. And it's from 2005, and it is just, the first time I saw it, I was blown away. Alice has not seen it yet. She didn't want to spoil it. So, but that'll be later on. Stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss that. Yes, Alice, that means that people have to sit through this horrible movie that we're showing. Oh man, it's not that bad. I've seen worse. Oh, Alice. She says, what's worse, a TV without any picture on it? Ha ha ha. No, it's not bad. It's moving along slow, but like I said, I'm having a Dementia 13 type feel to it. Oh, you say you have to have dementia to be able to like this film. You are just mean tonight, Alice. Mean. But before Alice gets any meaner, let us get back to tonight's film, The Screaming Skull.
Eric?
Lily pad?
Mickey looks for her in the pond.
Jenny, oh, stop it.
I can't help it, Eric. That bad feeling's come back.
I forbid you to talk about it.
She looked like that, Eric. My mother looked like that.
Jenny.
I can't help it, Eric.
Darling, you're just talking yourself into those same old fears.
I've got to talk about it, Eric. I have to talk about it.
I forbid you to talk about it now.
Just that with you beside me, I'm alive again. I don't want to be sick anymore.
Honey, look. Now, you mustn't go on thinking like this. Oh, besides, how could a very poorly done self-portrait upset you so much?
I know it's only my own fear. It's my own guilt that I can't get away from. Eric, I'm sorry.
Oh, I want you to listen to me. And I want you to believe me. Now, you were sick once, yes, but you were cured. Mickey caused this. You may as well know. He does look for Marion night after night down by that pond. And he probably comes here afterwards. I'm going to speak to Mickey in the morning. Now, don't you see? How simply it's all explained away?
But if I also heard a scream, Eric, before when I went to the hospital, I was hearing things. I'm hearing them again.
What did you hear?
It's a high, strange scream.
High, strange scream. Like a peacock's cry?
What's that sound like?
Come here. Sound like that? You see? It's all very, very real.
Such a fool.
You feeling better now?
Yes.
Night. We won't be bothered with any of Mickey's nightly visits anymore. I've forbidden him to come into the house.
I was just nervous last night. I wish you wouldn't take it out on Mickey.
Now, he's a child. Must be disciplined.
I'd like him to feel I'm his friend.
Why don't you do some gardening with him while I'm in town? If he sees you're interested, you win him over quickly enough.
Wait a minute. He lives at Staples mostly.
Are you sure you don't want to come in with me?
You got more done without him.
Got to see about the lights, the phone, the bank, and the warehouse people about that furniture. You know, that cop's just about broken my back.
Don't forget to see Mr. Mauer.
I have to see him this evening. It's a bore, but I'll have to see him.
Will you be home in time for dinner? I'll wait for you.
Now, if I'm not, don't you worry, darling. Getting out of Mauer's clutches sometimes requires an act of God. I love you.
Hello, Mickey. Oh, look out. You almost cut him. He's a handsome one, isn't he? So cuddly and warm. When I was a little girl, I used to want to be a caterpillar. So I was a very little girl. Here you go. Marion must have loved her garden. We'll keep them lovely for her always. You know what I'd like to do, Mickey? I'd like to pick some of the nicest flowers and take them to her. Would you like that?
Yes.
Eric told me she was near here. Could you show me where? Is that all right, Mickey? I'm sure it was a great loss to all of you, Mickey.
She cried
Cries?
in the night.
Dead people don't cry, Mickey.
I heard her.
Heard her? Mickey?
I don't think he quite expects she's gone. She cries. She cries in the night. I think he expects her to show up one of these mornings.
She died in the water. The base of her skull was smashed.
She didn't want to die.
She died in the water.
welcome back. Oh, poor Jenny. She's just going through turmoil. Oh, now you're liking the film. Because the skull is showing up. Okay. You still don't know if it's going to get above 5 score. Okay, Alice. It's still early. Still early, but I don't know. Is Mickey doing all this? Because obviously he really liked Eric's last wife. And is he doing it? That's where I kind of got my my thoughts. I think it might be him. What about you, Alice? You think it's actually the ghost of the ex-wife? Quite possibly, quite possibly. We'll have to see, Alice. We'll have to see. And still, stay tuned for the horror short animation Legend of the Scarecrow. Because that's going to be on before our next break. Yes, indeed. And it's splendid. It's splendid. I almost guarantee you, Alice, you will love it. You want to make a bet, she says. I'm not a gambler. I'm a caretaker, not a gambler. I never understood gambling. Maybe it's because I never won big. If you win big, then I guess you're like, hey, easy money. That's not my stuff. But anyways, kind of going, yes, Alice, I know I am rambling. I am rambling. Oh, having a co-host sometimes. Oh, really? If I didn't have you, I would be lost. Well, you have a lot of fans out there. Yes, Alice. You are one of the only ones that have gotten fan mail. Also, the Plague Doctor, which I have no idea where he's been, and I'm fine with it. Oh, he's off to do better and bigger things. Plus, there's a lot of sickness going on, you say, and they need his help to take care of it. Okay, well, that's kind of nice. Oh, that's how he takes care of people who are sick? Oh, my goodness gracious. Woo, Alice, Alice. Oh. But yes, so far I'm enjoying the Screaming Skull. Like I said, and I know I'm repeating myself, Alice, but really getting a Dementia 13 feel, which came out later, so you almost wonder maybe they got the idea or was inspired by the Screaming Skull. You highly doubt that, Alice. Okay. But as always, we thank you for starting your weekend with us at Spine Chilling Cinema. And I think it's time to get back to the movie, Alice. You say, yes it is. Let's see what happens. And remember to stay tuned before the next break for The Legend of the Scarecrow.
Jenny. Jenny? Jenny? Honey? Honey? It's all right, darling. It's all right. I'm right here. I'm right here. Just lie back. That's right. Just lie back. It's all right.
Eric, when you found me, what else was there?
What do you mean, what else?
A skull?
Jenny?
I know there wasn't a skull.
Of course not.
Mickey says Marion cries at night.
Why, that child is stupid.
Don't blame him. We both hear the peacock. He out of his love for Marion wishes the cry to be from her. I out of my sickness.
Now, darling, we've been all through that nonsense last night.
Don't you see? I've never imagined seeing these things before. To just stand there and see it and have it turn out to be nothing. Eric? I want you to call Dr. Ann tomorrow in New York. want you to take me back.
No, Jenny. Now, it may sound selfish, but don't you see, having you to love, I'm happy too. I don't want to lose that. Now, in the morning, Mr. Snow will be here, and we'll tell him. He's very comforting. And I think he'll agree with me.
About what?
I think it's Mickey. You see, he hated me from the first. Marion was his friend, and when I married her, he thought I was taking her away from him. And now that she's dead, taken away from him forever, I suppose in that childish mind of his, I'm responsible for that. And now, because you're my wife, and in Marion's house, he hates you too.
I don't think Mickey's responsible. He's not quick enough or clever enough.
And who?
Myself. It's all in my own mind.
We do need somebody else, darling. We need somebody outside of the confusions of our love for each other. Now, the Reverend Snow will be here in the morning.
Who's in there?
Well, this much is real anyway. Look here, Jenny. You see, this is how you gouged your hand. You say you threw the skull down here where Eric is looking?
Yes.
Did you find anything, Eric?
Nothing yet.
Surely, Jenny, you must agree with it. Anything as fragile as a skull would have been smashed to bits down there. And Eric has found nothing. And to assume that the skull would move of its own, all the way from there to the driveway door. Oh, no, Jenny, there's no reason for that.
Don't you see, I agree with you. Did Eric tell you I spent over a year in a sanitarium?
Oh, Eric told Mrs. Snow that you were very impressionable, but that's all. I know lots of people needing a rest go to sanitariums.
This wasn't quite that kind of sanitarium. I grew up loving my father and hating my mother. Well, she never knew it. Something I kept to myself. She was very beautiful. Very gay, like her. Very much. And I knew she resented that I was not more like her. I used to lie awake at night and wish she were dead.
Well, that isn't very unusual. I understand many children go through such a period.
I was no longer a child. And one day, I got my wish. They were both drowned. I can still hear her scream. I was all alone on a little beach. And all I could see was the overturned boat on the top of the waves. And I kept trying to reach them. And the waves kept throwing me back. And then I could hear her cries no more. And then hours later, the men came and searched for the bodies. We never found. That's when this bad feeling started. This feeling that if I'd really wanted to, I could have saved them, but I didn't. That I really killed them.
No, Jenny. You tried. You tried your very best.
I did. But singing and begging and praying didn't make this feeling go away. That's when they took me to the hospital. They told me I was cured.
Jenny.
They told me I was cured.
Mickey? Mickey? You go on. I'll be there in time for lunch.
Well, where do you think he's gone off to, Eric?
Who knows about Mickey? He might be hiding.
You looked at Marion's grave?
Mickey? Mickey! Mickey! Mickey? Mickey! Mickey!
Eric, did you find him?
No. Where's Jenny?
She's with Mrs. Snow on the patio. Eric, I think I should tell you that Jenny has confided in me about the sanitarium.
Oh. Does your wife know? I told her Jenny was impressionable, but not that.
I haven't said a word to her.
Mr. Snow, you can do both Jenny and me a great favor by forgetting she ever told you that.
But, Eric, if it helps explain.
It explains nothing.
If I were you, Eric, I'd take her away. If she's so impressionable and that house frightens her so much, why subject her to it?
Look, I can't do a thing like that. It'd be the worst thing for her. Mr. Snow, it would be admitting she was sick again. I want her to be happy. We'll stay here.
Perhaps you know best, Eric.
See, I've got a simple and old-fashioned piece of philosophy. The only cure for her fear is to teach her she's loved. I mean, really loved. I love her so much.
God bless you for that, Eric. She's a very fortunate woman having someone like you to care for her.
Good night, Sue.
Oh, Jenny.
Sorry.
Darling, you've got to believe it will not happen again. Ever. Mickey? Mickey!
Eric. Eric! Stop it!
All right. What are you going to do with that skull?
Stop it! It wasn't his
Where did you
fault.
get it?
Leave him alone.
I'll take care of this, Jenny. Now, I know you don't like me, Mickey. I know you do anything to get us to leave here. Idiotic attempt to scare us as if we were children. It was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
No, not me, not me.
Get out of here. Get out of here. On.
I wish you'd apologize to him. You know as well as I do it's not his fault. It's all in my own mind.
Jenny, I'm going to do something. And you're going to help me do it.
What's that?
That portrait upstairs. It reminds you of your mother.
Yes.
You were fine until you saw it. Now it has you all preoccupied with memories of the past. We're going to burn it.
Precious to you, Eric.
The picture means nothing to me. I want you to be happy. We can't be until this fear is out of our lives. All right, Jenny. Go on, Jenny. peacocks.
Fire's almost out.
Yes. We can't let those ashes stand overnight. And the brush in these hills are regular tinderbox. You want to help me? You feeling better?
As if I destroyed her with my own hands. She'll come back, Eric. She'll come back.
Darling, if you go on talking that way, you destroy the whole purpose. Now, the thing is out of the house, and it's over. You just give it half a chance. You'll begin to forget it. And if you'll just spread those ashes out a little for me, I'll get the water to it. That's it. What is it, darling?
The skull! It's the skull!
Darling, there's no skull there. There's no skull there, darling. There is no skull there, Jenny. Darling, there's no skull there. There's no skull.
The Legend of the Scarecrow. Once upon a time, there was a scarecrow who had no friends. He worked in a wheat field. The work was not hard, but indeed it was very lonely. Days and nights passed by with no one to talk to. The only thing he could do was to look at the birds. And each time they flew by, he'd wave at them. But they would never answer him. They flew away as if they were afraid of him. One day, the Scarecrow did something forbidden. He offered the birds some seeds. But even so, the birds didn't seem to care. The Scarecrow wondered why no one wanted to be his friend. And so time went by till one cold night. A blind crow fell at his feet. The crow was shivering and starving to death. The Scarecrow decided to care for him. After several days, the blind crow got better. The Scarecrow told the crow how he wrapped the bird in a scarf, gave him seeds to eat. Before the crow flew away, the Scarecrow asked why the birds never wanted to be friends with the Scarecrow. And the crow explained that the job of the Scarecrow was to scare the poor birds. They are evil and despicable. They are monsters. Humiliated, the Scarecrow replied, "It's not true. Take me, for example. I am not evil. I am a Scarecrow." And one more time, the Scarecrow was left with no friends. That same night, the Scarecrow made a decision. The Scarecrow wanted another job. He no longer wanted to frighten birds. Seeing his Scarecrow talking, the farmer screamed. Terrified, the farmer woke up all his neighbors. He told everyone that his Scarecrow had come to life, and that could only be the work of the devil. The Scarecrow was screaming, but nobody cared, except a few crows flying around. One of them was the blind crow. His friends told him that the villagers were burning a windmill where a Scarecrow with a very long scarf was trying to hide. Then the blind crow told them that he was the good Scarecrow, the one who had saved his life. Moved by the story, the crows longed to save the Scarecrow. But it was too late. They couldn't do anything. The Scarecrow burned. The crows waited until dawn, and the flames had died down. They went up to the remains of the old windmill, took the ashes of the scarecrow to fly very high in the sky. Up on the high they scattered the ashes throughout the air. The wind carried the ashes all across the sky. And the ashes flew side by side with all the birds. This way the scarecrow would never be alone, because his ashes now were flying with his new friends. In memory of the tragic death of the scarecrow, the blind crow and all his friends decided to dress in mourning. That is why to this day all crows are black. In memory of the scarecrow who wanted to be friends with the birds.
I know, Alice, I know. Oh, welcome back, welcome back. And Alice is a little shook up. She really enjoyed that animated short by Marco Besas, The Legend of the Scarecrow from 2005. Yes, indeed, Alice. It was really good, and yes, very sad. Very sad. But now we know why all crows are black. Yes, indeed, Alice. That is I'm going to say great. Great animated short, and I'm glad that we were able to show it to you. The Legend of the Scarecrow. Yes, indeed. And as far as the Screaming Skull is concerned, what is going on, Alice? You don't know. You still have the Legend of the Scarecrow in your mind, and you're really sad. I understand it was sad. Show must go on, Alice. I'll let you buy this one time, but the show must go on. I'm not being mean. It's just the way it is in show business. But yes, Eric actually did see the skull. Picked it up and, everything. And I'm starting to think maybe he has something to do with this. But why? I don't know. I have no idea. No, I'm not coughing because I'm still tore up by the Legend of the Scarecrow. I admit it was sad. Got me there a little bit, Alice, but I was right that you would love the Legend of the Scarecrow. Yes, you think it's one of the best animated shorts you have ever seen. I'm not going to argue that. It's very good. Very good indeed. But I think we should get back to the Screaming Skull, Alice, and because I don't know what's going on. And actually, if this is a twist that I think might be happening, I don't know. I am super impressed with this film so far. So, okay, well, let us get back to the film from 1958. We're at the home stretch of The Screaming Skull.
You going to be able to catch a plane tonight?
When we get into town, I will call Mr. Maurer. He'll arrange a midnight plane.
Thought there'd be more time. Found for so many wonderful things.
It's going to be all right.
Of course.
It's just me.
It's going to be all right.
Good evening, my dear. Mrs. Snow's hen thought you might like some fresh eggs for your breakfast in the morning. Hello, Eric.
This is a surprise.
Those hens labored mightily, as you can see.
Fine. I'll take them.
You'll excuse me, dear. What is it, Eric?
I've got to take Jenny away. That hospital she was in before.
It happened again?
I thought it would help her if we got rid of that portrait. You know the one.
Yes.
Well, we burned it. She saw a skull in the ashes.
You were there?
I saw nothing, of course.
Of course.
And I thought it was Mickey. But when I was there myself and I saw her... Mr. Snow, there's something I've never told you. I've never told anybody. But when Jenny was put away in that hospital, she tried to do away with herself. I'm terribly afraid.
You think she might try it again?
I know she will. Unless I get her back to that hospital.
When are you going?
Tonight.
We shall miss you. Mrs. Snow and I have grown very fond of Jenny.
Yes, and she of you.
I don't suppose you'll be coming back here again, Eric?
No. Never.
I'll miss him and his wife. He's very kind.
Yes.
When I said goodbye to him just now, he tried to talk me out of what I saw.
No.
He said he thought the skull was real. He's going to bring some men in the morning to search the estate.
Where?
Everywhere. He was just talking, trying to be kind.
I suppose.
I'll go upstairs and pack. You want to come with me?
I'll be up in a minute.
You saw me put it in the pond. You must have. Where is it?
I don't know.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Where is it?
I don't know.
Tell me the truth. You took it. Tell me. Tell me.
Didn't take it.
Who?
Not me.
Who?
Mary took it. Mary took it.
You and your Mary.
Edward, in the name of heaven.
Mickey, where did you find this?
Pond?
Well, who put it there?
He did?
Eric?
He did.
Then there was a skull. But Eric said that he didn't see it when Jenny saw it.
I know.
Oh, but why should Eric lie like that?
Mickey, those other times with the skull. Did you do it?
No.
Mickey, you've never lied to me before. Lying is a sin. You understand that? You must not lie to me now. Did you do it, Mickey, all those other times?
No.
I simply do not understand that. It wasn't Mickey.
And it wasn't her imagination.
But why would Eric do such a thing?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, what do you think we should do about it?
We're going back there, to that house.
Right.
Mickey? Mickey? Eric and I are leaving, Mickey. I'd like to say goodbye. I'd like to leave as your friend, Mickey. Mickey? Mickey?
Jenny, are you all right? Oh, Jenny.
Eric tried.
Where is Eric?
Don't.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'll find him.
It's all right, Edward. Now be careful. All right, darling. Oh, it's all right. Oh, it's all right. Don't cry. Come on.
Eric! Eric! Please answer me! Eric! Eric! Eric, where are you? Eric! Eric!
Eric.
Why did he do it?
Your money. The question is now, did Marion die in an accident? I suppose we'll never know.
They're gone.
Wow, that was some skull overload. Holy moly, that was a lot of skulls. Yes, Alice, you're half right. Half right. But it did look like Eric was trying to kill his new wife. And then make it look like maybe she hung herself for her money. Which now it makes sense why he wanted them to stay in that house where on the grounds his ex-wife died. So kind of like add the craziness and stuff to it. But yes, the ex-wife, her ghost or whatever, actually did take out Eric. I thought that was pretty cool, especially when you saw like the figure in white, like floating and stuff like that. That was really cool, really cool. 1958. And in all honesty, I really enjoyed this film. You did too, but not as much as The Legend of the Scarecrow. I'm going to be hearing about The Legend of the Scarecrow probably the rest of the year from Alice. But I agree, that was a great animated short. Great animated short. But our feature film, The Screaming Skull, it's ranking time, Alice. What do you give it? A 6.5. And that's mainly because you just can't get over The Legend of the Scarecrow. Okay, I know, Alice. It's a really great animated short. You're really happy that I found it for the show. Okay, very good. And I'm glad that they let us show it to everybody. Now, The Screaming Skull, for me, I was impressed with the little bit that they had to work with. Nothing too over the top special effects or anything like that. Again, I said this a million times, remind me a little bit of Dementia 13, even though it came before. And I am going to give this film... It's a really weird film to rank, because the first half was a sleep, and the second half got better. I'm going to give it a 7. Maybe 7.5. because the twist that got me, I did not see that coming. Maybe some of you out there in TV land did see it coming, but I did not see Eric as the perpetrator, to say. Yes, indeed. And we have come to the end of the show. And, I mean, I think we had a great show tonight, Alice, other than the one screaming skull that you brought on the show. Other than that, the movie was halfway decent. I'm sure there's some people out there that think it's horrible. I don't know. I thought it was all right. It kind of had, like... I liked it. I'm not going to try to defend myself. I liked it. If you didn't, you know, you don't have to like what I like. I know I'm rambling. And again, we thank the director and everybody of The Legend of the Scarecrow for allowing us to have this on our show. And now Alice says she did pick a cartoon, even though she doesn't even think the show needs a cartoon, but she picked one out anyways. Yes, indeed. So for myself, oh yes, Alice, almost forgot. If you like spine-chilling cinema, we have a Facebook page. You can go to Facebook, type in the search on Facebook, Spine-Chilling Cinema. You'll see a picture of myself with Alice and Bubbles. And like the page if you like our show. Comment. Let us know what you think. What kind of movies do you like to watch? Would you want to see more sci-fi, more mystery, thriller, or horror films? Yes, indeed. And you can even comment on how you thought of The Legend of the Scarecrow as well. Yes, indeed. But we are to the end, Alice. Oh, you can't wait till the show's over because you're going to watch The Legend of the Scarecrow again. Not surprised, Alice, not surprised. It was good. Anyways, we have come to the end of the show. So for myself, Oliver, the Caretaker Collins, and the Queen of Shenanigans, and probably the biggest fan of The Legend of the Scarecrow, and Bubbles, we hope you enjoyed the show. And as always, we cannot wait to see you again.
One man absent, sir.
What's up, Doc?
Do you think it possible that that man could stand a little further training in the care and use of the gas mask?
Remove and replace mask. Gas. Move 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 and replace mask. Gas. Ready? Exercise. Hut, hop, beep, hop, 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 hut, hop, beep, hop. Double time. Hut. Hut, hop, beep, hop, 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 hut, hop, beep, hop. Detail. Halt. Dismissed. And me, gas on the stomach.
I'll surround him. Now you go that way. And, you go that way. And you... Oh, that's me. I'll go this way. This is the life. Laying out here in the sunshine with the chirping of the bluebirds, the hum of the bees, and the smell of new moon hay, and apple blossoms, and fly paper. Fly paper? No mask. I didn't know you cared.